What is up, dude? We um we did our first live stream today for about 2 hours. We just got off live stream about 5 minutes ago. I had to take a breather because that was a lot harder than I thought. Like a lot more tired, a lot more tiring than I thought. But again, like normal, trade recap today. I'm gonna go full screen here. But yeah, trade recap. Going today, we end up taking one trade. The things I will go over, I guess, is we're on a new account, a new eval. We just started, and we are starting. Yeah, we're starting fresh on a new eval. We're live streaming. I don't want to promise every single morning, but we are live streaming now on YouTube. I can't promise how much because it is tiring, but I'm going to try and do every day until I pass my funded and get a payout. I'm going to try and live stream every day. But if I notice that there's no real benefit to the live stream, then I'm going to stop doing it because it is a lot of energy. But I had fun doing it. So look out for some of those. But I changed up my risk management rules for this new funded that I think will have me pass the account. I'm taking one trade on the eval per day, just one, and I will have a fixed risk amount. So instead of doing one size, like trading one full contract or 5 micros, I'm going to risk $400 on every trade. So basically the way that will work is if I have a trade and the stop loss is 20 points, I can only use one full contract at most. Anything above 20 points, I have to use like micros. Also, I'm only going to target one-to-ones. So if a trade has a 30-point stop loss because I have to have 30 points because of the setup, but the target's only 20 points, I will not be taking it. Because if I'm risking 400 on every trade, I need to be making near 400 on each trade. There will be some intricacies to this because it's never going to be black and white with your trading and your risk management. Things are going to come up. It's not going to always go exactly how you plan. Like today, something came up and I wasn't able to risk 400, so I didn't make 400, but I'll go over kind of what happened and what I was looking at. So first of all, going to the day, we had just been selling off. Yesterday, we swept out this low, so I was a little bit more bullish because I didn't want to take a short until we rebalanced, which we have been. We rebalanced to equilibrium right here. Even we kind of did that more recently. We just reached equilibrium. And then dropping down, the market opened and we had news at 10, so I didn't look to do anything. So the first area I was looking at, we have a 1 hour bullish here, but for the sake of the video, I'm going to do the 15-minute that I was looking at, 15-minute bullish. And we were looking at this one right here. So the first trade that I called out again on live stream, and if you want to, after this video, if you want to ever check out the trades I'm talking about and see the execution live time and kind of what I was saying live, go to my channel and look at the live section because there's a category of all the lives I go on. And you'll be able to see, like, you just go to the time of day that this happened, kind of scroll through, and you can see me live execute these trades. So I'm going to have to figure out if I can record on OBS while doing it, while live streaming. But as far as I know, I don't know if you can or not, but whatever. So we have this 15-minute. The reason I didn't feel super confident taking this on the eval, even though it was a very good setup looking back, and I took it on paper, is because we didn't retrace the equilibrium of this move down, of this move up, and I didn't know if we were going to be super bullish today like we have been, but when I drop on the 1 minute, there's no setup for inverses, but when you go on the 30-second, there is a perfect setup right here. I want to see something here. Kind of bouncing off this order block. But yeah, so we had a perfect 30-second setup here. A singular fair value gap inside a higher time frame bullish imbalance in your favor. And what I really liked about this trade was the low resistance liquidity. the LR right here. There's no fair value gaps. I was expecting us to run all of these. And when this candle came in, this was a very nice close. I jumped in along right away. Target was this high, so 43 points. And the stop loss would have been perfect. It would have been 18 points, which would have been able to trade one full contract. But I took it on the demo, and I've trailed my stop up to this low here and got stopped out. Hindsight, that's just not very smart. We were just holding a 1 minute fair value gap right here, and it was a very just clean trade. Again, like I'm not really sure why I allowed it to just stop me out, but this would have been a banger of a trade. This should have been the trade I took, but we took it on paper. We missed it. It is what it is. There's other setups. There will always be more opportunities in the market, but this is a unbelievable setup. Exactly what I normally look for, and it would have been a fantastic start to the eval account. Plus 800 would have been beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. But we didn't get that. So that was the first setup, and then price just kept running and running and running and running. And we made a 15-minute imbalance here on this candle's low. So I was anticipating us to trade back into it. Here, when we swept this high and we didn't tap the 15-minute, I was expecting us to come down. So on the 2-minute, I saw the 2-minute fair value gap I wanted to break, and I was going to go short. I was going to take it with one full contract because I was able to risk less than 20 points because I wouldn't have put my stop all the way up here. I probably would have put it on this candle high. So I've been able to risk anywhere from 14 to 18 points, which would have been, again, the 400 target. And it was at least a 1-to-1. So I would have been able to make at least 400. So I wanted to enter there. And the reason why, again, like I said, everything can't go exactly how you want it to every time. We did not close underneath this fair value gap, so I couldn't justify jumping in. I didn't want to jump the gun. I didn't want to, just look back and regret it and not follow my rules. So we jumped down to the 1 minute, and we're waiting for a 1 minute close below all of them, which we get here. And I'm not exactly sure where I got filled, but we got filled somewhere in here. And then again, we targeted here, but I dropped down to micros, 5 micros. I was not risking 400, which I want to do. I did not risk 400 because the way the candles closed, I then would have to risk, like I wasn't trying to risk $400. It was all live time. It was all quick. I didn't expect to be taking micros. I was expecting to take a full contract. So being able to switch, I'm on TopStepX's new platform, so I had to adjust to that. A lot of things kind of went wonky to where I had to just change kind of quick. So I was like, okay, cool. I'm just gonna get on 5 micros, and I'll take off some contracts here at this low because we could reverse, and then I'll let my runners go. And that was the trade. We got stopped on our runners, and we ended up making $83. I'll show the P&L. I guess I can show it right now. This is the practice account. We made some $85. And real quick, a feature about TopStepX, I didn't think I was gonna like it that much. I don't like change, but the platform actually works really well if you use TradingView, and this thing might be the key to my success. I have a personal loss limit of $500. It will lock me out of the account and won't let me trade until tomorrow if I ever hit that. And since I am wanting to risk only 400, I give myself a little bit of wiggle room. If it hits 500, if I'm doing something that I shouldn't be doing, and we overtrade, whatever it is, it locks me out at 500. So no more $1,000 losing days. Think everything. We'll go back to the practice just in case we place an order. On the practice, we're up 430. We'll go over that. So then this trade swept the low. We get displacement through this level here, through this inverse, and we get displacement. So this fair value gap holds and pushes up, puts a high. This is not my model, but this is a very clean price movement here. We come back down. We re-sweep this low inside a fair value gap, right? And then what do you expect? We go up, sweep this high. That's a first take profit. And then we take this external high out. So that's a nice trade if you trade like turtle soups, or if you trade like the fair value gap retracement. Like that was just a nice, solid little re-entry area for you right there. That was clean. Again, I don't trade that, but it's nice to just read price well and see price move good and see it move in a way that you'd expect, because it pulled back. It pulled back to equilibrium. of this whole move up. It pulled back to equilibrium in a spot you'd expect to bounce. And yeah, it price moved efficiently. Then a trade I took on the paper account, we now swept this high again with no displacement. We inverse this 1 minute, jump in on the inverse, stop above the high. We hold the 1 minute bearish, and we have a nice reaction to this 15 minute and continue selling. And we have this 1 hour now that we're approaching down here. So that was my day. That's my review. That's kind of how I saw it go. And yeah, dude, one thing I want to say is just like, I've finally gotten a lot of a better, I have a lot better risk management. I think this is going to be the account that I pass, because I never used a set amount, right? I was like, okay, I'm gonna trade 5 micros, but if I trade 5 micros every time, if my stop loss is 30 points one time, and then the next time it's 10 points, then, you know, I'm losing more and less, and it's changing, but my take profit, you know, is always kind of like a 1-to-1. But if I'm taking the same size, I have no consistency. Whereas if I trade a loss amount, $400 is my risk, then if I do a 1-to-1, I'm at least making my risk every time. So if I'm only trading 1-to-1s, or at minimum 1-to-1, sometimes more, 1 to 1.5, 2-to-1s, like whatever I'm trading, but minimum 1.1 if I'm trading a 1-to-1 every single time, then not that I can't lose, but I can't take a bigger loss than I should, right? And I realized that yesterday when I lost $600, because I was like, okay, I'm taking this trade, I'm gonna take it with a full contract. I have to risk 35 points here, and then I got stopped out for 30. But I followed my rules, I traded my edge, I traded how I wanted to trade, and it stopped me out. And I was like, wow, I don't like losing 600 here, but I did exactly what I needed to do. And I couldn't figure out why. I was like, okay, how am I going to deal with this? Like, I don't want to lose 600 some days, and then my 1-to-1 risk to reward trade makes me 400 because I just lost 600. So I was like, okay, how can I combat this? And then I was thinking about it, and someone mentioned the comments, and I really thought about it, and they said just you limit your risk to a certain amount that you're willing to lose per trade and go from there. So I was like, wow, that actually made a lot of sense. And when you think about it, it's like, okay, if I'm risking 400, but I only take 1-to-1s, that means I should make 400 on the trade. Again, like today, I had the drop size and whatever. We took partials and we didn't make a 1-to-1, but that's okay. But if I'm trading a 1-to-1, I'm risking 400 each time, my winner will be at least 400 on like an ideal trade, right? And the way that helps you set up your trading is that, one, you're not going to take trades if they're not a 1-to-1, or at least that should be the rule, and try and follow that. So therefore, you always are going to make more on your winners. So if you have a higher win percentage than losing percentage, you will become profitable and overall come out ahead. So I'm really going to focus on that going forwards. I'm really focused on that going forwards and just following that new risk management, because I think risk management was something I didn't think about before because I was more worried about strategy, more worried about finding entries, more worried about all these other things, which is fine because you have to get better at trading each day. You have to get better at trading. And you learn these things over time, and you're focused on your entry, and then you're focused on reading the market. But now I'm at a point where my entry isn't really what I need to worry about. Reading the market's not really what I need to worry about. I have those things down to a good level, and now it's at a point where it's like I have to just get good at my risk management, my psychology. I have to hold my trades properly. I have to be able to follow my risk management plan, and then I'll be fine. And then everything will fall into place because, if I stick to one trade a day, I take A+ setups, I hold properly, and I'm risking the same amount every trade, and I'm taking 1-to-1s at least, I'm confident enough in my ability to trade that this will work and I'll be profitable. So I'm really hoping to put that into action. So Again, we went live today for the first time, and I am literally exhausted, bro. Like, so I want to say I want to do them every day, but I might have to just do like, honestly, like twice a week, um, twice a week, maybe 3 times a week, maybe every day. Who knows? Because I want to keep the energy when I'm on live stream. I don't want to just go live and just sit there, you know. Like I want to like actually be engaged and stuff. So I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. It's a learning process, but I don't want to promise every day. But definitely look out for a live stream at 9:20, 9:30. If I am going live, I'll go live around then. But anytime I am live, obviously, if you want to tune in, I'll be taking trades and talking about what I see and stuff like that, and you can definitely ask questions. Um, but like I've just been talking for the last 2.5 hours, and it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I didn't expect it to be like that. So maybe I do 2 days a week. Maybe I do every day. Maybe I don't stream for a little bit. I enjoyed it, and it was a lot of fun, and I'll just see how it goes. But I'll let you guys know if I determine a real schedule for it. But we had to get used to live streaming for the first time and using the Top Step X, which, again, I did not expect to like it as much as I did. I thought I was going to hate it. This morning, I was, like, honestly kind of butthurt. I was like, I don't want to trade Top Step X, like, blah, blah. But honestly, it's actually, like, really good. And it's not better than TradingView, but Top Step is kind of weird with their funded. If you go through Tradeovate, you can only use 5 contracts, so 5 micros or 5 full contracts. And if you get funded, you can only use 2 for the first little bit. So I was like, dude, if I'm trading Top Step X, I can trade 20 micros, and I can trade on a Express account. I can like actually have better risk and not have to trade 1 full contract if I want to make a payout. So I was like, I gotta try it. So I'm glad I tried it because it's actually pretty good. But I do miss TradingView. If I ever go to Apex, I'll definitely use TradingView and execute off there. But we're stuck with Top Step X, which is actually pretty good. So that's kind of my review there. I've been talking for a long time. I don't really have much else to say today, to be honest. And yeah, Spain play England on Sunday. That will be good. Hopefully, you guys going for Spain. If you guys watch any of the Euros. But yeah, that will be fun to see. Again, I go out of town this week. I will be trading. I will be posting recaps every day. That's guaranteed. But I'm not sure if I'm going to live stream. I'm not sure until I get back. I'll probably be back Wednesday, I think, or Thursday. But we will be back. And if we don't go live then, I'll go live the day I get back. But yeah, that's all I have for you guys. If anyone, let me know if anyone in the comments that tuned into the live stream. I was very happy to see you guys there. But yeah, look out for those in the future. And that's a review. Yeah, we're going to keep going live until we pass the eval for sure. And then get a payout. And then after that, we'll go from there. But I'm really happy for this journey. I'm really happy with the progress we're making. And hope you guys have a good day. I hope you guys have a great weekend. Peace.